Welcome to Ray White. You're watching this video due to the recent COVID-19 outbreak and the new social distancing regulations. We here at Ray White Caloundra are implementing contactless sign-ups for all of our new tenants. Please watch this video in its entirety and follow the step-by-step guide to ensure you understand the documents in the folder in front of you prior to signing. When you walk in, the folder will be on the desk like this. This is what will be inside. A 2020 calendar for you to keep on the fridge. Most importantly, our electrician, plumber and builder's emergency contact numbers will be down here at the bottom. So keep that in a safe place. Next will be a SATS brochure who does all our smoke alarm testing. So also keep that in a safe place, but there's some good information there for you to read. Next we have the RTA pocket guide for tenants. Important information for who's responsible for what during your tenancy. And just on the back there is some important numbers for you to contact if you ever have any questions. Next, we have our welcome to your rental property letter. So this just goes into our guideline of how we do things at Ray White Caloundra. So welcome to the family. Next up is just our office hours, Monday to Friday 8:30 till 5 and Saturday 8:30 till 4. Our office is closed on a Sunday. Our property managers don't actually work on a Saturday, so if you have anything important or urgent that you need to be handled, please contact our office and we will follow the procedures. Our preferred method of contact is email. Please email where possible. If you do need to come in to see your property manager, please make an appointment to make sure that we can be in the office. If you can't do that, just give us a call and we'll try and help you over the phone. Your condition report that you'll be given on the day you move in is to be returned to the office within 3 days. Please don't write anything the same as what we have on the condition report, just anything extra or different that you notice. Initial the bottom of every page and sign the back page before returning. Our payment method is via rent card, which we would have already given you. If you do need to get those details again, please email your property manager. Emergency repairs are as per the RTA guidelines. So this is just a list of what the RTA does deem an emergency. So if any of those happen, give the office a call if it's inside business hours. If it's outside business hours, please refer to page 2 of your lease. For general repairs and maintenance, please ensure that that is always in writing, just so nothing gets missed or lost, and your property manager will contact the owner and get that approved for you. If at any time during your tenancy you do lock yourself out and it's during office hours, you can pop into the office and collect a set of keys to let yourself back in and return back to the office as soon as possible. If it's after hours, you would need to contact a locksmith at your own cost to let you back into the property. When you're moving out of the property, you are required to give 2 weeks notice. Even if it is at the end of your lease end date, we still do need 2 weeks notice in writing. So please remember that when moving out. Insurance, so the owner's insurance, it covers the property only. So we do ask tenants to have all of their own contents insurance. Parking of cars is just in any allocated spots, any garages, carports, or street parking where possible. Pot plants, if you have any pot plants, please remember to keep the protective plate underneath to prevent any rust to the property. Electronic transmission, so in this pack there is a piece of paper for you to sign to approve electronic transmission. All leases, entry notices, everything like that will be emailed to you, so please keep that in mind. Pools and pool fencing, if there is a pool at the property, there will be a pool safety certificate attached to your lease. Rent payment method, so our preferred payment of rent is via BPay. Instructions are here for you to set up BPay. If you need to contact your property manager for those numbers again, you can do so. Access for repairs, so when reporting maintenance or repairs, please let us know if you would like to be home or who you would like the tradesman to contact to arrange access. It also helps in the speeding up of the process of getting your repairs done. Photos, so when we do routine inspections, we will be taking photos of the property. So this is just to let you know, we take photos of every room and any maintenance reported. So if you do have anything out you don't want us to take photos of, please put it away for the inspection. Our routine inspections are every 3 to 4 months, and you will get an entry notice via email for that inspection. The only difference to that is your first routine inspection will be between 8 and 10 weeks, and then every 3 to 4 months after that. The inspection purpose is visual only, so we're not turning things on, testing things or anything like that, so you need to let us know if there is any maintenance. This is just a guideline of what we're looking for at the inspection, so interior and exterior, to make sure the owner's looking after it in good repair for you, but also to make sure you're keeping it in good order for the owner. Rental arrears. So at Ray White Caloundra, we operate on a zero tolerance rental arrears. So what that means is from day one, all tenants will get a text message to remind them that their rent is late. If you get to 8 days in arrears, you are issued with a notice to remedy breach, which is recorded on your rental history. So we want to avoid that because we do need to disclose that to any future agents with any references. If you get to 17 days in arrears, a notice to leave will be issued, giving you 7 days to vacate the property. So we want to avoid that in any cost. Terminating your lease agreement early. So if you do want to break your lease and move out early, you need to cover all costs the owner would then take on. So that includes 1 week's rent plus GST for a reletting fee, rent up until a new suitable tenant is found. So you pay rent right up until the day before the new tenant moves in so that the owner doesn't miss out on any rent. An advertising fee of $75 to advertise the property. Further advertising of $40 if you wanted the ad put in the paper. That's not required, that's just if you wanted to at your cost. All gardens, cleaning, lawns, pool servicing, chemicals remain your responsibility until a new tenant moves into the property. If there is, if you do pay for water, you would have to pay for a water meter reading fee of $27.50 and then the smoke alarm test fee of $66 to test for smoke alarms for the new tenants. We then have a section down here for consent for open homes. So like you viewed the property, when you give us notice that you're going to move out, we then need to show new people through the property. So an email will be sent with an entry notice attached twice per week until we re-let the property. If you agree to everything we've just been through, you just need to print, sign and date here. So tenant 1, tenant 2, if there's more of you, there'll be a second page of this. This is the consent to receive electronic communication. So this gives us authority to email you all our entry notices, leases, everything like that. Each tenant just needs to print their email address up here that they prefer, print their name, sign and date on this page. This is our smoke alarm testing services. So it just says that if there's anything wrong with the smoke alarms, you will let us know. You won't interfere with the working smoke alarms and you will replace batteries when they become flat. So please print your name, sign and date on this page as well. This is what our repair request looks like. You don't have to use this every time when reporting maintenance, but maintenance is required to be in writing. So an email is suitable, but just give us as much information as you can. So if it's a gas, electric appliance, if you've got dogs at the property, who you would like us to contact as the first person for access. So that's what that looks like. If you need help getting any electricity, gas or phone connected to the property, just let your property manager know. This is just Ray White Concierge for Contents Insurance, just if you don't have that and want to look into getting some insurance. Next up, we have the lease agreement. So this is your rent card that you would use to pay rent. On the back here, we have our biller code and your 13-digit code. That will always remain your code for the length of your tenancy. This is the lease agreement. Obviously, this one says draft. Yours won't have draft written on it. Please check your name is spelt correctly before signing or proceeding any further. The property address will be on this front page along with your start and lease end dates. Please check those are correct before proceeding. Page 2, your rent amount will be up the top here, paid per week. Regardless of whether you're paying weekly, fortnightly or monthly, your lease will have the weekly rent due up here. Rent must be paid on your due date prior to 3 p.m. Your lease will actually have a physical date your rent's due. Down to here we have the rental bond amount, which will be equal to 4 weeks of your rent. So please check that's correct as well. Any electricity, gas, phone, anything like that you get connected to the property, you pay directly to the provider unless there is solar and your lease will reflect that here. 12.2 just says if you're to pay for water or not. So please check if that is correct. Item 15 is just the number of persons allowed to reside at the premises, including children in that section. If there's body corporate, this will be ticked yes, and you will have a copy of body corporate attached to your lease. If pets are approved, this will be ticked yes. If not, this will be ticked no. If there is any pets approved, it will have the type and number filled out in this section. The bottom section will have the owner's nominated electrical, plumbing and other repairs, so please refer to this in an emergency. Standard terms of the lease cover the next few pages, so just read through all of that to familiarise yourself with that. Page 8 then has your signing page, but prior to signing, please read through the special terms of your lease. All leases will differ depending on your property. In a standard lease, your rent card must be returned when you vacate. If you don't return that, that is a replacement cost of $10. Your Ray White USB stick you get given at move-in is also a replacement cost of $5 if that's not returned, and there's no smoking inside the property. Please read through for any more of your special terms relating to your property. We will sign in this spot here after you have signed. Your names will be printed. Please sign underneath where your name is printed and date. Next 3 pages are the special terms of your lease. Please read through all of this to make sure you understand everything, and all tenants initial the bottom of all 3 pages, please. Once you have finished all of that, please gather all of the documents and place them back in the folder and take your rent card with you. Please let reception know if you have any questions or concerns, and they will let your property manager know prior to leaving. Thank you for watching.